Hey guys, this is Map Wizard. Welcome to the introduction to the series The Bunker. You will follow one of the greatest series that's going to be on YouTube about building maps. Basically, I'm presenting you the idea today and the planning for that idea, which is the first video of the series, and I'm explaining what we're going through. So basically, the idea is to have a bunker centric and have like hidden entrance. These are the main objectives in the rooms I want to create. Nice to have and limitations. So basically, hidden entrance. We try to do an external lobby, which is having a realistic landscaping. That could be very fun with a lot of foliage and trees and grass. So the player has to find the entrance. That would be that's the main idea behind this, and then they're gonna go down in the rabbit hole, if I can say, in a bunker. Possibly two entrance. We need to figure it out along the way. Few layers. There are gonna be few levels in the bunker. They need to crisscross and have different ways to go up and down within those levels. We need multiple branches, so hallway that leads to rooms, and they need to eventually cross between each other so that we have some gameplay facing face-to-face players. Otherwise, it's going to be boring. Basically, having a dim light, so we want a spooky effect in the bunker, which is possibility to add some monsters in there as action. Not sure yet, but this needs to be evaluated as an idea. Once the core is built, we're going to play with this a little bit. Definitive defensive mechanics. Basically, every bunker should have like a way to defend himself. So it should be like a better weapon, or maybe I don't know, a turret gun or a mini gun, or I don't know. We got to figure out something to give like a mechanism. Maybe a button to activate specific doors to lock down. Semi-flooded. I would love to have like a lower level with flooded area. And if you see, we're going to be covering a lot of ground on this, which is going to be landscaping, design, gameplay, light configurations, defend the basically the mechanics and the gameplay. If we play with water as well, that could be pretty cool. I like to use the main water from the map. That's why I use Kevin's Island and I strip everything from scratch and I build up in the air and try to go down to the water so I can use real water that we can swim in actually, because I don't like it otherwise. The rooms that I would love to have is like a common area, which is common sense, communication area, the rooms, the bunker where we basically bunk bed, we sleep, storage area, an engine area, and a secret armory. Because in my map, there's always a hidden room. The nice to have is a dynamic escape by boat. So basically, the player in the bunker, if they could find it, could win the game. Basically, the game type is still not decided, so I have to figure out if that makes sense in the context we're at. But that would be fun to have something very dynamic to show you what mechanics can be and what it can give you in a game. This would be like a different escape road with a boat, but it's gonna be never the same entrance at the same place, so you got to figure out where it's at. I would love to have an elevator shaft in there. That could be like something fun, and that could be an escape road as well. Basically, kitchens, green room, and medical room. Those are the nice to have if memories allow it. And we're gonna go top down through this if we can manage that. The green room, I may have an idea to do it like without too much impact. And the issues related to that idea. So I was thinking about, and there's a lot of stuff in the list, and that means that we need to keep an eye close on the memory as we're building. And in order to do that, I've changed a few things like reordering like the kitchen The kitchen was put down into nice rather than rooms to have. Limit the quantity of levels in the bunker. I wanted to do like few of them, but I realized that potentially it's gonna be less due to the memory. We're gonna start with at least two, perhaps three. Design the layout up front. Basically, if we have like a blueprint of the bunker itself and the landscape, we will pretty much know what to build, and it's gonna speed up the development and help us manage the materials as well, so we can save on the memory. Design room centric. So basically, uh, if there's an entry point for, let's say, stairs, and we can build on the levels of the bunker centric to that entrance, so that we use less material in order to do the level. And that's true for all the levels of the bunker. So that's a big saver. The landscape area must be small, so we can reduce the size of the lobby, if I should say. Reduce the quantity of material. This is a big one because if we select like specific type of material and we always use these ones, we have only one addition cost at the beginning for that material, which is going to be like 3 or 500, and then after that it's 3 or 4 or 5, depending on the material. So if we have many of those material, that means we have many of 500s, and we need to reduce this in order to keep memory for us for development and adding more materials to the map. Sorry. So basically, I'm gonna talk more about this further down when I build the map and explain more clearly. Reclass basically the rooms. That's what I discussed. Usually, when you have an idea like that, what you need to do is you need to reference yourself with images and stuff that inspire you to what you want to do. And that's exactly what I did with this. So I went on Google and just Google like few of things like bunkers, caves, and I had doors, and I had ideas. I love this entry with stairs. I thought it was like pretty classy and nice, so it's feasible to do something. And there's this entry looks like a pretty nice area for commune place. And we were talking about a green room, so it's possible maybe to do green room on the side, and that's the idea, to maybe to incorporate a lot of things that I was in the idea, and I love what I see there, so I might be aiming for this. Basically, like entrance, doors, foliage to hide doors, and the outside with mountains and green. This requires a lot of memory, I know. That's why I need to figure out how to do this. We're gonna do some proof of concept in order to see how we can do that and how much memory it's gonna take. Caves, because if it's possible to do two entrance, one is in a cave and the other one is outside, that would be pretty nice for the map. And that's reference for caves, what I can use. Basically, the bunker centric entrance with multiple level, uh, and basically the hallway. The hallway, it's not like this because it's too limited. I think it has to be more centric and circular, maybe, or just connecting to each other in a way. Sorry. Doing a blueprint a bit like this for each level. What are going to be the room? So it's gonna speed up development and give us a good idea of what we can do. And that's pretty much what it is. Like I was looking for the gallery here. I like having maybe a second level gallery, which gives some depth, because I see here, and that's what I see here. So this picture is pretty much a good idea where I'm going. Um, and that's pretty much what it is. Usually with these kinds of things, you need to plan. I made a big plan and big list of what I'm going, and what we're gonna go through is basically first of all, we're gonna do where to start. So I'm gonna explain pretty much when we start building, how we do that. So it gets through basically the starter map. what is the map that we need to select, why we select it. So that's going to be the next video, most likely. Figuring out the gameplay. We need to figure out what's the gameplay within the bunker. Otherwise, it's going to be boring. So we need to know how the interconnection will help the player face and have a duality within the map, so that it's a better gameplay. We need to do some test around it and adjust our building accordingly. The proof of concept, we need to do some proof of concept for the entrance and for the bunker, for the material, to see what we can do and what's the material selection. Sorry. Usually there is materials that are indestructible that we will need to use, because we're gonna start from scratch and we need to build a core which is very solid, and that won't be destructed, as this map can be destructed. And then we're gonna go along, basically create the lobby, create the blueprint, and then finding building materials in the libraries. That's usually a long time. I'm gonna try to select some and then present you where they come from after. So I'm gonna take note of that and show you what I want to do and create. Basically, at the beginning of the map, you need to create your collection. What is the material that I want? I selected this, and I can use and reuse them, and you have them set in order so that you can quickly go and exchange or pick up a new one when you need it. Basically, we need to play with the light as well and build the foundation. So once the foundation is created, and we have like the entrance, and then let's say a layer, we can start playing with the light a little bit to adjust it a little bit to see where we can go. It can be done. It's going to be done at the end, but it's just to get an idea in order to size what kind of light that we're going to put in there, because as we design, we need to know the light level that we're going to put. So we need to do a test in order to figure it out, and then we can reset it and no take back at the end whatever we configured, and try to tweak it to get the right level of lighting. Basically, we need to identify what mechanics we put in the game. Like I was talking about, the dynamic stuff and maybe fence for blocking others. These requires a little bit of thinking while we have like a core kind of, so that we know exactly what to do. So and we need to see for the lobby if we need anything, and basically the first two level potentially of the bunker. We need to, once we get a core that is substantial, I'm gonna try to run some tests with players in there in order to test the game, and that gives me an idea if I need to tweak a little bit more area. Because sometimes you build something and players don't go there because for some reason there's no interest to go there, and that test, that's what it serves. It serves to say, hey, my game is standing, but I have some weakness in there, so how can I tweak them to eliminate that, to bring more gameplay and more fun into the map? And that's I think it's a good practice to do this, and then we adjust after that. Basically, after that test, we evaluate memory, and then we see what we can do, so that we can finish up mechanics and build either more levels or the nice to have rooms. And once that's done and we complete kind of like wrapping up the map, at this point we need to beautify things. That's one of the process at the end that makes like the small details pop up the map, and the props, and that's directly related to the quantity of memory that you have left in the map. So if we get there and we have a lot of memory, we're gonna have like a very awesome map, and that's what I'm trying to focus on. So I can teach you like how to use props, and sometimes selecting them. Sometimes you build things that you need within the map, and you create, let's say, a table from a bookshelf. So you need creativity on how to use objects and props in order to get to what you want, and that consumes memory. So that's why we need to manage memory early on. beautify the levels. Basically, once the lobby and the levels are done, basically it's the review for adjustment. Like, is there anything that we need to change, fine tuning, and do run an extra test with the players, so that we after that fine tune, and then it's gonna be the release. And as soon as I get like 1,000 subscribers, this map's gonna be live, so people can go play in there. And if ever you want to see the mechanics by yourself in the game, I can always have you play the game. So send me a friend invite, and I'm gonna be very happy to show you and maybe um, explain you a little bit more some mechanics. So this is the video of the series, The Bunker. And if you want to see more, subscribe and give me a like. I would appreciate that. And until then, see you in the next video.